What is up, you guys? This is OG's MC, and I am going to be telling you the top 5 reasons why you can't wheelie. And if you can wheelie, well, I guess you don't need to watch this, because you can already wheelie. But for those of you who can't wheelie, I'm going to be telling you the top 5 reasons why you suck at it. So let's go. I'm here with my boy JT on the 390. Brand new. Look at that thing. He's going to be scraping fender today. Alright, so now that we're on this long road right here, let me start with the first reason on why you can't wheelie. First reason why you can't wheelie is because you ain't popping it upright. You have this scooter that only makes 1 or 2 horsepower, and you're thinking that you're just going to open the throttle, maybe pull it back. It's not going to pop up that way. I'm telling you, you got to finesse it. So what you got to do is you got to stand up, and you got to sit down and pull back. See that? Did it so good, I almost fell. That's how good it works. Alright? So if you're thinking, oh, OG's MC, I can't wheelie, I don't know what I'm doing. Stand up and go to sit down and shift back like you're kind of doing this motion. You're going like that. Standing up, sitting down, and shifting back at the same time. And it will come up immediately. It's basic physics. If you rotate yourself backwards and you sit on the back of the seat, the entire motorcycle will fall back. I'll do it one more time. And this is actually the same road that I was teaching the same thing on in my other how-to wheelie video. But this is reasons why you can't. It's completely different. Alright. That one was lame. Oh, there we go. Pop it up. He's too good. He's not going to waste his expert skills on my lowly little YouTube video. Alright, let's get on to the second reason on why you suck at wheelies. And this one's not actually your fault. The second reason why you can't wheelie could be that your scooter is just too heavy. I have well, before I get into any of this, if you think that your scooter's too heavy, do everything else I say to do in this video, and if it still doesn't work, then your scooter's too heavy. Most of the time, people think that their scooter's too heavy. Oh, I have a Bug-Eye Zuma, I have an Aerox, I have an Elite, it doesn't wheelie, it's too heavy. It's not too heavy. Trust me, you can wheelie any of those bikes stock. When it really starts to be a problem is when a bike exceeds 200 pounds, or I'll put the kilos up here for those that don't live in the US. When a bike exceeds around 200 pounds, it gets pretty hard to wheelie it with a 50cc 4-stroke engine. I have a Yamaha Zuma YW50F. It's the 4-stroke version of the Bug-Eye, and it is too heavy to wheelie unless you stand up on the back like this. Then it can wheelie perfectly fine, but that is too heavy to just do the stand up, sit down method on. And there's a lot of scooters out there, like the Zuma 125, I'm sure I'm missing a ton, that are just too heavy and not enough power at all to wheelie. Oh, that's beautiful. Nice pile of trash in the woods. Now, there is an exception. Sometimes a bike is very heavy, but it's mostly in the rear, and you don't really get any of the weight in the front. And, then you could kind of wheelie it, but a bike being very heavy is just, the heavier a bike gets, even if it's in the rear, the harder it is to wheelie. This bike is like 160 pounds or something. Super easy because it weighs like nothing. It weighs 10 pounds more than I do.
I recorded this clip from a bike meet that I went to at a Revzilla, but I wanted to show you guys this clip because this just shows you that you can really wheelie any scooter no matter the weight. You just have to do it right. This is a 420-pound plus motorcycle. This is I think it's a 2015 to 2016 model Yamaha T-Max 530. And this guy's popping it up, no problems at all. So you really can just wheelie anything. But I just wanted to show you guys this.
Alright guys, let's get to the third reason onto why you can't wheelie. And this one's gonna apply to pretty much everyone that can't wheelie yet. You are afraid to get to balance point. And I'm gonna try and explain this as easily as possible for someone who has been wheeling for about a year pretty much every day. I wheelie my dirt bike, my supermoto, my scooter, my other dirt bike, my other scooter. I wheelie a lot of my stuff. Pretty much everything that I own. It's very important to me. Balance point is very, very difficult to get to when you were a beginner. It is very scary. I've had to learn it on many different bikes. It feels like you are just reaching a wall and you're just too scared to get past it. And the reason that you're scared to get past it is because either you don't want to get hurt or you don't want to drop your bike. That second one, you're just going to have to get over. If you wheelie for any amount of time, your bike is going to get damaged. And oh, I have an R1, I wheelie it all the time and it hasn't been damaged. You do power wheelies, it's a different thing, you know. If you do wheelies for a year, 2 years, 3 years, it's just gonna get damaged because you're gonna try and go further back, you're gonna try and do a trick, you're gonna try and do something. I'll put an image up on the screen here when I was first learning how to do stand-up wheelies, and something's just gonna go wrong because, you know, you're not perfect. You're gonna drop it. But that first thing, you don't have to get hurt when you wheelie a scooter. I've crashed my scooter and tumbled on the ground so many times, and the reason that I haven't really gotten hurt is because you're not supposed to be going fast. Here, let me show you the speed at which I learned to wheelie at. Right here. I was going 4 miles an hour, 4 or 5 miles an hour, never really exceeded it, just fast enough to be stable, right? And what you do is you just get back to balance point. Oh no! What happens if you fall off? You just put your feet down. It's that simple. You just hit the rear brake, put your feet down, don't be afraid of anything. This is the easiest thing to learn how to wheelie. I'll do it again. I'm just going to loop on purpose over and over to just show you that it is not dangerous. Don't take my word for it, and don't perform anything that I do in this video. I'm just giving you a tip, alright? Watch. Oh no. I went past balance point, but look. My feet are down, perfectly on the ground, and my bike is still in the air. Look at that. I don't even have both hands on it. It is just very easy to not get hurt when you go too far back and you miss that rear brake, or you don't squeeze it hard enough, or you just panic. Come on. I flooded it. The second part of hitting balance point, which is when you're not scared to get hurt and you just do not know what you're doing at all, is feeling it out. Now, I'm going to do a power wheelie real quick. I'm going to show you where I get to balance point. I'm going to tell you when I get to balance point. I'm going to tell you what it feels like. I'm doing a power wheelie. The bike just goes down. I could only do it for about a second, right? Stand up, pull it back. That's going to go up very slowly, and you're just going to ride the brake pretty much. You're going to have to get used to going side to side. It has a CVT. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be like a dirt bike. But you're gonna pull it up fast and then just barely get back to balance point very slowly. You're gonna feel yourself kind of just become weightless, and you're just gonna hold that rear brake a little bit. You don't even need to be all the way back and be weightless to practice hitting your rear brake. You could come up until you just feel a little uncomfortable, hit your rear brake, and get used to it over and over and over, every day, every week, for about a month, and you'll have wheelies down. If you get used to holding that rear brake down, when you get uncomfortable, then you're going to learn how to wheelie at balance point. And it's just that simple. So guys, don't be afraid to get to that balance point, and don't feel pressured to stay at balance point when you're very first learning how to wheelie. It's not a big deal. You can just power wheelie for a while. You can just learn how to hit that rear brake. And if you learn how to hit the rear brake when you're uncomfortable, and you come back to balance point and you get uncomfortable and you hit it, there you go. You're at balance point and you're doing a wheelie. Let's get to the fourth reason. It's another reason that isn't entirely your fault, but really is your fault. Your bike isn't running right. If you go to hit mid to full throttle and it doesn't instantly rev up like that, then how are you expecting to get enough power to lift that front wheel in the air? You're not going to be able to do a wheelie if your bike is running crappy. And if you put a China carb on it, it's probably going to keep running crappy. You don't need that big bore. You don't need to do all this tuning. You just need to have it running right. If you have one of these Bug Eyes, an Elite, a Jog, a Dio, a Pre-Bug, any of these bikes, they'll just pop up if you do the right thing and the bike is tuned right. Also, if your float isn't at the correct level and you get back and your float isn't allowing any fuel into the carb, it's just going to die and you're going to drop your bike down. So that's a really simple one. There's tons of videos on YouTube. Oh my god, I almost went into the dirt. I wasn't focusing on the road. There's a ton of videos on YouTube on how to tune your two-stroke scooter carb, and please just get a nice one. You don't need to buy that eBay or Amazon carb. They are all pieces of crap. They're not worth it. I'm telling you, that $15, you're gonna have like a 10% chance of it working well. If you do get it working well, that's great. I've had Amazon carbs work on many of my bikes, but I've had to buy about 3 or 4 of them before one of them actually worked. So you're taking a real gamble there. Jetting is also very important. I know it can be super confusing on two strokes and you feel like you change one thing and everything else gets messed up. It is confusing and it is hard, but you're gonna get it eventually, and your bike doesn't need to idle. It just needs to run good when you're riding it, you know what I mean? It's a two-stroke. It's an old two-stroke. It's whatever. Alright, let's get to that last, final thing that you are doing wrong and why you cannot wheelie. You may not be sitting far enough back on your bike, which can seem very uncomfortable and unnatural, or you might not be leaning far enough back. I see a lot of people try and pick the bike up and they lean forward to the handlebars. It's just natural instinct. A lot of my friends do it. I watch them do it. It's just not going to work. And I'm going to show you exactly what happens when you lean forward versus leaning back. This is leaning forward, and you and your bike are in line, so you have a lot less room and a lot less give to sit on that balance point with when you lean forward. Now, the sitting back on your seat part, that is a lot more situational. So I can do a wheelie right now, and I'm sitting on the main part of my seat, and I'm not sitting on the back of my seat, but that's because I practice like this. And also, this bike has transmission tuning, which I'll get into later, and it's just a really light bike. So I'm also really light. I can sit on the front seat and it can wheelie just fine, but I'm going to show you how much easier it pops up when I sit on the back seat. Whew. Scraping my foot on the ground, yeah. You can do so much more and go so much slower and be way more technical when you sit on that back seat, because all the weight's on the back. You have nothing trying to push you forward. You're just pretty much balancing like a unicycle. I'll do it again. I'm going like 2 miles an hour in a wheelie because I'm sitting all the way on the back of my seat. Now, I'm not too used to it, but, you know, to get really, really slow on the bike, you have to sit on the back of the seat. Because all the weight's back there. Can't do a wheelie if you're sitting on the front of the bike. So that's number 5. If you want to do a wheelie very easily, you don't think you could do it, sit on the back of the seat and lean back. If you're sitting on the front of the seat or leaning forward, there's no reason for this bike to stay on balance point. So there it is. There's the 5 reasons why I think you can't wheelie based on the comments that I've gotten. And hopefully I helped you. If you have anything else that you want to know, let me know down in the comments. And I'll either reply to your comment or make another video, but I'm here to help you guys out. Let's get into a bonus tip that I think a lot of people should know about their bikes, because everyone thinks that you need a big bore. Oh, I need a big bore to make a wheelie build. You really don't. This is a stock cylinder bike, stock carb, airbox, exhaust, everything. The only modification I did, besides cosmetics and a wheelie bar and all this stuff, the only actual modification I have to make this bike perform better in wheelies is I have a Wheelie high-speed variator and I have some clutch. I forget what the name is, but I'll put the brand up here on what clutch I have. This made it so much better to wheelie. This rear wheel doesn't engage until I get it up to a certain RPM. I think I have 4,000 to 5,000 clutch springs in there, and it makes it so much better because I could just wide open throttle and sit back, and the clutch engages instantly at 5,000 RPM, throws the front wheel up, and it's great. And that high-speed variator gives me a lot more torque at the low end. So there's a little extra thing that I think that people should know, is that you don't need to make your bike super unreliable and big bore and put an intake and exhaust and a carb and everything just to wheelie it. I daily this bike, I go to work and back on this bike. It has never failed me, other than a few times when I ran out of gas. It has never really failed me because I don't mess with the engine that much. I just changed the clutch and the variator, put a new spark plug in it, and it runs great. It is a perfect wheelie bike. Also, I deflated the rear tire a little bit. I think I'm running like 10 psi in the rear. Just makes it a little easier to go in a straight line. Sometimes I pump it up when I want to start doing turns and stuff and get a little technical, but you know, it doesn't really matter that much. Whatever you learn on and whatever you feel comfortable with is going to be the best for you. Oh, spreader, look at that. They're totally gonna call the cops on me. Not that anything I'm doing is illegal at all. Alright you guys, I think that's going to wrap up today's video. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.